This February 7th, college basketball picks and preview pregame show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code TCESGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus of up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet and use promo code SGPN. And last but not least, we are brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Oh man, the manual music fade. What's going on, everybody? It's just Trev and I tonight here. Mac had an emergency, so he had to run. So you get the B, C, or D squad, depending on whatever grade you want to give us. But why don't we welcome in here, Stoolie Picks. Trev, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Yeah, we got T Squared in here tonight. This should be a fun.
Man, I used to watch T Squared play professional Halo. That's how old I am.
I have no idea who that is, but
I wouldn't expect you to. I would not expect you to at all. I can't even do political jokes here that much with Trev in here. He'll just look at me like I'm some dumbass.
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to start games in the chat and do whatever you want. I don't know if you can or not.
Nope, I still haven't figured out the login for our StreamYard, so I've been afraid to log out. And
all right. Well, this is going to be me trying to be Colby and
I'll note him down though.
Colby and Beanick at the same time. Mustache Bros. That's true. Hell yeah, Nathan. Get to that level 50. That's the important thing. Like, you should put that on resumes. Like, yeah, but you don't realize that in team doubles, I reached level 50 in Halo 3. Like, that's pretty big, bro.
It's pretty much a degree.
All right. Well, I mean, we're going to be able to just go through all of these, I think, Trev. I don't know if you're probably not betting all of them, but I'm just going to go down in time order or however else I wrote them down. But let's start off with USC and Purdue, with Purdue laying the big 13.5 here. The one thing that stuck out the most to me in this game is the last two losses for USC with Northwestern and UCLA. They still shot like 51 and 49% from the field. And it feels like they've been keeping games kind of close. So that big number does scare me a little bit. I think I'm going to take the points. I haven't put this bet in yet, and I know it's less than an hour away, but I wanted to hear what people wanted to play here.
Yeah, I played Purdue 13.5. I went back and forth with the team total, 79.5 over. Ultimately settled on the Purdue spread because I think Purdue can make life hell for them defensively. I mean, USC does turn it over a lot. Purdue number one, I believe they're number one. Number one in the conference, forcing turnovers. On defense, USC allows a ton in the paint. Purdue also number one at scoring in the paint. Not to mention they're at home on a Friday night in Mackey. I know their last home game, the IU game, was closer than that, but they did not shoot particularly well that game. They still found a way to get it done. I mean, they were on upset alert there for a good chunk of that game. So I don't think they're going to sleepwalk through this one. I don't think they're going to shoot as bad. And them having the turnover advantage, I think they're going to kill some possessions from USC and end up winning this game like 72-60 or 78-62, somewhere around there.
Is this one worthy of doubling the bet you lost against Indiana? Just double it up here. Make it all back in one fell swoop.
I mean, I don't hate it. I just went one unit. I was like, I went bigger in the UConn game, so I'm going to go strict. I think I did like 115 to win a unit on this one. I paid a little juice, so it's kind of been fluctuating between like 13 and 13.5 all day.
Let's go, Jeff. I don't really do this show as the host that often with a drink already made, but because of the issue that went down, I don't really know. Hopefully everything's all right with Mac, but
Yeah.
I already had a vodka Red Bull ready, so I just thought we'll roll up and get jacked up on the show. All right. This one, I think I'm going to need some convincing on this one, but VCU goes to Dayton. VCU laying 1.5 on the road. Laying points at UD Arena is going to require some convincing, and I'm a guy that usually likes to bet VCU.
Yeah.
This is a Friday night in Dayton, though. Like, the Flyers crowd carries that squad.
Yeah, I mean, now I think the last time Dayton was catching points, or it was a pick 'em, depending where you got it, was that Marquette game early in the year, which they ended up pulling out and winning. So, I mean, this is a rare occurrence. You're catching points with Dayton at home. I grabbed the 2 last night, +2 with them. This is a desperate spot for Dayton, man. Like in the A10, they're 2 games behind VCU and 3 behind George Mason, and they already dropped that George Mason game. So they have literally no room for error the rest of the season. So I took the points with Dayton. I think they won it outright, but the fact that I'm getting possession late, I ended up just taking the points here. I think you're going to get a desperate team at home on a Friday night, national television. VCU, good team, but we've seen them kind of slump a little bit on the road at times in some of these games. I mean, they did drop the St. Louis game. The St. Joe's game was tight until the last, a little bit when they fouled and St. Joe's couldn't get a bucket. So I took Dayton in the desperate spot here too. I think they're going to win the game, but again, you're going to give me 2 points. I will gladly take that with the Flyers at home as dogs.
Yeah, I definitely suggest taking the points. From what we've seen, VCU does some really weird shit to end up covering some of these games, but I do think this is a money line sprinkle too. You get a dog a dog situation with that crowd is usually pretty scary.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're running a free Squares pool for the Super Bowl. There's $1,000 winner take all for the final score square. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares to sign up today. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares. And due to popular demand, if we get 200 entries, we will release another $1,000 free Squares pool. So, I mean, all it takes is a little bit of time to go over there and sign up and maybe get a grand. I mean, it's like it's not really a coin flip, but Squares is a game where you're pretty much in it nowadays in the NFL with how teams are forced to go for 2 and you'll have random shit going down. Everyone's alive and it's a free $1,000. It spends the same as $1,000 you work for too. So just remember that.
It's worth it.
All right. Princeton goes to Penn. Penn has been getting bombed, giving up 90 and 88 in their last 2 games. And Princeton has to kind of get back on the winning side. Honestly, I thought this one was one of the easier plays to just lay it with Princeton.
Yeah, I went back and forth. I mean, if Princeton's hitting their threes, you're going to win this game by 15 plus, like no problem. But we have seen Princeton just lay eggs like multiple times this season. And if they're not hitting their threes, I don't think they're going to cover this game. So, I mean, like, obviously, like, if a team makes threes, they have a good chance of covering. But Princeton is 3-point heavy, like, shooting team. The whole Ivy is. I did notice last night in conference, overall this season, they're shooting 37.5% from 3, 36th in the country. But they're shooting 37% in conference play. That's 6th. Like, they got a red box on their name. Like, it's hilarious that you shoot 37%. You're still not even a top 5 team in your conference for that. But regardless, like if Princeton hits it, which they probably should against Penn. Like Penn is horrendous. So I don't hate it, but it is kind of an odd trip going to the Palestra on a Friday night. Then you got to travel back home and play whoever the hell Brown tomorrow. Or travel to Brown tomorrow. So, or no, that's a week ago. They don't play 2 games this weekend, huh? Okay. Well, they got just the one. So I guess I would sway Princeton, but this spread's kind of sat at 7.5 all day. I really don't want any part of it personally. This is the one game today I did not bet.
Lean sway.
I never said
that.
Lean. I
is
said
that
sway.
Is that like which one is further? Like on the spectrum,
sway, I guess, is
like
back and
if you're sway's got to be closer to the middle, and then lean's like a little bit more.
Yeah, leans over. heavier on one side.
Lean sway. So you could be convinced to go back and forth, huh?
I can see both. If Princeton hits their threes, this is easy alt this spread. It'll cash as a nice dog price, but if they don't, I think they're got a chance to lose outright tonight potentially. But I don't want any part of this game. Princeton's too. They're too. I don't know. I've never had success with them this year, and then the 3-ball is such a variant option. So no, thank you.
All right. Well, this is one you almost have to bet just being a college basketball fan, but St. John's and UConn. UConn still laying 4.5 at home right now. St. John's on that 9-game win streak, and it just feels like it ends tonight. But I've had a pretty bad feel for UConn. I tried to get behind him when Hurley did his "I'm the best fucking coach in the world" thing, and it didn't work. They just beat Marquette, but they shot 12 of 19 from the 3-point line and still had 25 turnovers. So when I'm looking at this 4.5, I'm thinking it might be a little too big, even if UConn finds a way to win in like a one or misses the front end of a double bonus free throws and wins by 3 or something like that.
Yeah, this is my big bet tonight. I had Connecticut -2 last night. Money line wasn't out for me, so I had to lay the 2. But yeah, I mean, Connecticut needs this game. They have to get this if they want a chance of winning the Big East here. And like you said, St. John's on the 9-game win streak here, so their odds are very likely they're not going to just run through the Big East without losing a game. But I mean, St. John's, we've seen them struggle shooting at times where they rely on their defense, and I get that. But UConn at home on a Friday night with, by the way, $2 Miller Lite night. So that place is going to be.
Well, that sways me.
Yep, that place is going to be rocking. It's going to be loud. And then you look at the free throws, 60. We'll round it up, 67% for St. John's versus 80% in conference play for UConn. If you got a St. John's team that's, maybe they're leading with like a couple minutes left and then they're going to go to the foul line or something, they're not reliable to make those free throws. Whereas if you got UConn and they're up late and then St. John's got to play the foul game, they're going to hit their free throws. It's just what it is. McNeely will be back. He's going to be on a minute restriction, but regardless, with or without him, I still like UConn to win this game by 7 to 10 tonight. I think it'll be tight, but come down to the nitty gritty, I think UConn will find a way and get it done here. And we've seen St. John's kind of play with their food a little bit lately too. So, and go back to your point, UConn had 25 turnovers last week, still went on the road to Marquette, got it done pretty convincingly too. So I like UConn here. I think they're playing good. I think they're fired up, and they're gonna get this one done and hand St. John's a fat L. Yeah, I agree. Fuck UConn, but not tonight.
$2 Miller Lite night is all I need to know. I will be completely swayed to UConn to cover based on that. That's incredible. I wish we had $2 Miller Lite night. Oh God, I can't imagine how many games I would have gotten kicked out of. Every $2 Miller Lite game, I would have been escorted out. That's for sure. All right. Well, I think I got to rock a couple of these. Let's pay some bills here. The college experience is brought to you by DraftKings. This ain't the little itty bitty teeny tiny bowl. This is the Super Bowl. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 59. Scoring touchdowns is key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and you have a shot to score big by betting on them at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
SGPN is also brought to you by Rhythm. SGPN's partner Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model, copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build a model for you. All week I've been giving out Eagles' most penalty yards. I don't know why the AI likes that one. I can't possibly think of a reason why the computer that knows everything would like that one. But claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Yeah, I pulled up Rhythm. Their #1 projected play today is Fresno State plus 12.5.
Ooh.
So if you want to get ballsy and ride the Bulldogs here at the Save Mart Center, be my guest. But that's #1 on the list today.
All right. Well, we can talk about that game then, just because Rhythm kind of leads us right into it. But, 3 late games. Utah State, Fresno State is kind of interesting. Utah State looked like they went through the motions a little bit at Wyoming. Is this number just too big for the second game on a road trip at 12.5? I mean, Fresno's had a couple of overtime losses and at home, and I mean, they beat Air Force, but those games they've kept kind of close.
Yeah, they definitely have been, Colorado State 5-point loss, the Wyoming overtime loss, double OT loss, and Boise shellacked them, but they're at home. But I mean, you aren't wrong. Utah State, they go through the motions, but I personally wouldn't want to get in bed with Fresno, especially after 2 of their last 3 games. They played double overtime and an overtime game back to back home. And I think Utah State got enough of a scare to where they'll show up today. I played their over 83.5 team total. Both teams play fast. I know Utah State can slow you down on defense, but I think they'll force turnovers. They'll make things uncomfortable, and Fresno will just kind of get a little desperate and quick with the trigger and fire up some shots quick and get some runouts for Utah State. So I played the team total over. I think Utah State probably pushes close to 90 this game here. So I think they cover 2, but I don't really want to lay 13 with them on the road in a back-to-back.
What was your exact number on the team total over?
83.5, I believe I had.
Yeah, I would think if it goes over that, they cover.
More than likely, yeah. Fresno would have to score, 70 minimum to kind of hang in this game. And without overtime, they have got 60, 64, 67, 74 versus Air Force, 64. Yeah, they did put up 83 on Utah State last time on the road. So there's that, but they still scored under 60 prior to the double OT game with San Jose. And then Wyoming, they had scored 5, so they had 67. So they really struggle. So if they eclipse 70 points tonight, I think they have a good chance of covering. But I don't know. Utah State just got a scare. How much are they going to be kind of just doing nothing tonight? But it is Fresno State at the end of the day.
The line might be telling us that Utah State is just going to fucking smoke them, especially that, like we said, that Wyoming game being a little bit too scary for them. What about San Jose State and Boise State? San Jose State is West Coast Houston Christian, bro. They're fucking 17-4-1 against the spread. It's hilarious.
It's crazy. Who has a better ATS record, them or Houston Christian?
I forgot. Houston Christian was like 13-2 in their last couple, and then they covered the last game or something. But yeah, I don't know. This is a weird spot because you see their ATS record, but big double overtime win for them on the road. Yeah. Do we think Boise gets pretty lit tonight?
That's what I'm kind of afraid of a little bit, is the numbers telling you that they're gonna demolish them. I mean, KenPom has this 13, so it's not like crazy far off. It's not like it's a 9-point game and KenPom's giving you an extra 4 or 5 points here. But I am afraid of Boise at a little elevation at night too. But San Jose, I mean, they do everything you want when you kind of want a big dog here to kind of hang in the game. They shoot free throws. They don't turn it over. They hit their threes. And Boise, not a good 3-point defense. They foul a fair amount, and they don't force turnovers. So I think this is a little too many points. I am falling for the soup here, taking the 14, but I did grab that last night. So let's go San Jose, Spartan up, and lose this by like 9 points, 10 points. That'll work for me.
I think by the time 8:30 rolls around, I'll have my mind made up on whether I'm going to take these points or not. But it does scare me that there's a chance that Boise could be lit. I mean, if you Google like first weekend in February, what to do in Boise, the list isn't going to be that long.
No.
There's
Boise basketball in a bar.
You can knock out both of those in the same night, actually.
Yeah, you can.
To be honest. What about the St. Louis St. Joe's game? Line's telling us that St. Joe's is going to respond after this weird road loss to Loyola Chicago. But I think the Bills might be playing all right. This is at 6.5 now, right?
Yeah, it's up to 6.5. I'm seeing here, so might pop to 7. But I missed the 5.5 last night when we were doing our show. I forgot to bet it and went up to 6.5. So I said if it goes down to 6, I'll grab it again, and I did. I got -6. I think like -110 or something, somewhere around there. So that's where I'm sitting with it. I think St. Joe's gets this back. I mean, they did lose to St. Louis on the road by 16 January 3rd on a Friday night. So I think they get the response game back home. I think that line's kind of telling you what's going to happen, that St. Joe's is going to get their revenge. And St. Louis, let's not forget, they stole that game against UMass. They were down like 8 points last minute or something and somehow won that game. And I did not get my UMass plus 1.5 somehow. But I kind of played this game somewhat with a similar angle, the Texas A&M game when I took Texas. A&M stole that game from Ole Miss. So I think this is kind of a universe rights its wrongs. And St. Louis just kind of struggles. They're turnover prone too. So full circle. They're going to get the revenge.
The beautiful life cycle of basketball here.
Yep. So
I mean,
I took it. Maybe it's a trap spot, but you're going to give me St. Joe's at home off of a loss and in a revenge spot. I'll take it.
All right. Well, I guess we can look ahead to some of the Saturday games, but let me pay the rest of the bills here because we got the underdog read and we got to put out some for tonight. So SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks and it's completely free. Sign up today and use the promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We are also brought to you by Underdog. The big game is coming this Sunday, and Underdog has you covered. New customers get a Travis Kelce free pick if they sign up before the game. Plus, Underdog's site-wide no-sweat entry token is live now. You can cash in on your Underdog entry or get a bonus credit in return. So here's a couple of Underdog plays we like. I don't know if you want to go first or not, but mine's pretty chalky, so I'll just throw it out there. Solo ball higher than 2.5 3-pointers. I had already picked this one before I even Benedicted my choice on Miller Lite Night, $2 Miller Night. Solo ball is going. I mean, it's going to be beer pong for hours afterwards for those students.
Oh yeah, they'll be stocking up. They'll be rowdy. That's for damn sure. I'm going Fletcher Lawyer higher than 15 or 14.5 points. He's gone over and all, but I think 3 or 4 home games this year. So it's like 9-3, 8-4 to the over. Last 3 home games he's hit it, or I'm sorry, 4 home games he's hit it. So I think they're going to come out. I think Purdue is going to be fine offensively tonight. I think it's going to be USC that struggles. That Purdue may take their foot off the gas late potentially, especially with no Desmond Claude. He's officially out tonight, so. I like Fletcher Lawyer to get some buckets and go from there.
All right, so we've got Fletcher Lawyer and Solo Ball carrying us in a little two-step tonight. So sign up with promo code TCE SGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCE SGPN. All right, cool. We're free. It's not even 6:30 and we're free. We can do whatever we want now.
It's our
No
show.
one can control us. I've not even received an email from the brass for anything that I've done on the show, which is quite amazing.
Big win. Big dubs.
Need you back in the Discord, Trev. Nobody crashes out hard on the first 10 minutes of a game than you.
I will I'll try to tap back in. I've got like 4 Discords I bounce between, but I will try to get in there. I do like the SGPN Discord for college basketball. The other ones are full of just some rough trolls, but not rough, but just annoying. But for you, Cracky, I will pop back in and I will jinx your bets the right way, unless it goes against mine. So I will pop back in and help you out. You just let me know.
As is intended. Yeah, Jeff, Cap's future, probably like 3 cups over the next 5 years, something like that. On the low end, they're liable to win all of them. No, things actually look pretty good. We'll get to some Saturday look-ahead games here, but having Ryan Leonard and Chris Dahl and Protus's fucking little brother, they've still got Hudson. They're going to be pretty good for the next few years. There's a chance that they can convince Ovi to sign like one more year deal and try to get him to 1,000. I mean, he's still scoring at a crazy rate. It's nuts, but they should be pretty good. I mean, they're going to lock up their goalies. Got pretty lucky with LT, but yeah, I mean, I think things are looking pretty good. No hate on the Canes either. I hate them as a team because they're good, but it's the ultimate respect hate. The Canes fans are awesome too. We went to the outdoor game last year when you guys shat on us, and being able to tailgate at like the parking lot of a gas station across the street from the arena is awesome. You can just sit there in the back of the truck and get blasted. We were tailgating out of Bojangles. It was great. Nobody even cared. But all right, let's get to some Saturday games. Are there any big ones or, pretty solid ideas of plays that you have right off the bat? I mean, there's a lot of games, so we're not going to be able to bang all of them, but
yeah. I kind of was looking Kentucky maybe. Getting South Carolina on the road away from home where they played their best ball at home. Now they're going to be on the road. Kentucky, uber desperate. I think they might be able to just fuck them up, and the spread kind of tells you, 11.5. It's pretty big, especially for a team they dropped 2 straight, 3 of their last 4, something like that. So I kind of was 4 of their last 5. Okay, I know their defense hasn't been good, but South Carolina on the road, this is probably like one of their better spots to get a team. I mean, South Carolina, when they hit the road, they lost by 11 at Georgia, 20 to Oklahoma. Vanderbilt, they hung in, but Vanderbilt had that Tennessee game on deck, I believe. So a little bit of a look ahead, but Ole Miss whooped them up by 35. Indiana pieced them up for 16. North Florida, they lost to. So I kind of like Kentucky to run it up on South Carolina. Finally getting a chance to win a game. They're just gonna balls to the wall, pedal to the metal tomorrow, I think.
I already played this one too. I think not only are you being told just the 4 in the last 5 losses for Kentucky.
Yeah.
Afternoon at Rupp is actually kind of exciting there. The Lexington, like 35 to 44-year-olds carry their weight pretty well when it comes to keeping the hype going. So like, back in the day, they'll always tell you stories about their glory days, but they still keep it going pretty well. You can get some hype out of the middle-aged guys, even at an early spot.
Not
What
to
about
mention
Wisconsin?
Not to mention their last home game, they lost to Cal. They want to get that taste out of their mouth. They will run it up. We've seen that from Pope.
What about Wisconsin and Iowa?
Yeah, this 3.5, incredibly disrespectful. Give me Wisconsin. Iowa's terrible. No Owen Freeman down low. Iowa plays no defense. I know Wisconsin shot hot last game, but that they've just been doing it all year. Like they're number one in conference at 3-point shooting, almost 40% in conference play against the dead last defense 3-point defense in Iowa. Iowa doesn't turn over, Wisconsin doesn't force turnovers, and vice versa. But free throws, Iowa's terrible at free throw shooting. Wisconsin great. The only way Wisconsin doesn't cover this number is if they cannot shoot. I think this 3.5 is going to get destroyed pretty quick. I think it probably closes around 5.5, 6. I mean, Wisconsin should absolutely destroy them. I don't see why they wouldn't. On deck, we do have Purdue on the road in a week, though. So next Saturday. So we got a whole week off. So I don't think there's a giant look-ahead spot in this one. I like Wisconsin tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Wisconsin's offense is good enough to take advantage of just how crappy Iowa is.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Let's go to the chat. Chat, throw us some questions for tomorrow's games.
What about
I know you want to hear about
TCU,
Wagner and
Iowa
Fairleigh
State?
Dickinson.
Fair dick.
What'd you say?
Wagner.
TCU, Iowa State.
Yeah, it's the same number that Iowa State lost outright to by Kansas State. I think Iowa State might get right here and crush them. Jamie Dixon did just get his 400th or 500th win or something, so maybe it's a little hangover spot after that West Virginia game.
Yeah, and kind of one of the rules that Mac and I have stuck to is, you play the rubber floor angle and then you play the no rubber floor angle. It's not the most complex system of all time. Just not only is this a solid spot, it seems like, for Iowa State to maybe get right a little bit, but do they have everybody back? I doubt they have everybody.
Momcilovic, I believe, is day-to-day. So potentially.
Maybe. I think
if he comes
even
back,
without
it'll be a
that
minute restriction.
Even without that, I think Iowa State might have something to say about making sure they stay ranked pretty high here.
Yeah, I would be more inclined to lay it. I feel like the fact I've done this multiple times this year after a team loses and they come back and they're laying the exact same number. Good chance that they just, especially at home, and they lost their last home game. All gas, no brakes tomorrow from Iowa State. Unless they can't hit shit, they should win this game by 20 plus, I would imagine.
We had David ask about Arizona versus Texas Tech.
That game's going to be awesome.
Game should be awesome. Arizona's looked okay.
Yeah.
I do love that Caleb Love basically sent Iowa State on an incredible downward spiral that has led us to betting them on the same day. That I don't know. I think Texas Tech's completely different on the road than they are at home, and I don't really like backing them as much. Place gets fired up in Lubbock. Plus the game that David was at was fucking lit. I'm sure it'll be like that again.
What
ranked matchup at the Iowa State Arizona game.
Ooh,
Caleb Love hit the half court game tie.
What a game to be at.
He was in the main show chat. They hadn't gone live yet because they were waiting for the game to end. And I said something and I was like, "Oh, David, that stinks. They're either going to lose or you're going to get to see the coolest half court shot ever." And then maybe 20 seconds goes by and I jump back on my phone like, "Oh my God."
That's crazy. What a game to be at.
Oh yeah.
It is a revenge game too. Arizona got pieced up by 16 at Texas Tech. So I mean, maybe a little revenge spot here. I know Texas Tech off of Houston came home and handled Baylor, but now they're going to hit the road. I don't know. I always tend to side with the revenge angle spots for teams, especially if they're laying points. Like if Arizona was catching like 1.5 or something, that might feel telling that Texas Tech would end up getting them, but they're laying 2.5. I see on DraftKings, so I'm inclined to back Arizona in the revenge spot. It's what I've been doing. It's been working out pretty well this year.
What about the our big matchup with Florida going to Auburn?
I kind of liked Auburn to fuck them up. Walter Clayton, I'm sure he's gonna give it a go. He's gonna play, but Auburn at home, like we've seen, like do not dick around. Like they can really play some lockdown defense and throw you off your game. I mean, Auburn at home, big game now. They just handled whoever the hell they played at home. I forget who, but they smoked them. They got experience. It's at the Jungle. What time is this game at night? 3 in the
4.
afternoon. So
Yeah.
4 Eastern. I don't know. Florida, I mean, they don't play defense. So I mean, like Auburn should be able to get what they want, but Auburn plays defense. So I mean, if Florida's not going to hit anything, I think this could honestly turn into like a Tennessee Florida volume 3 potentially here, like a 20-point win for Auburn, no problem. And no one would be surprised whatsoever. I mean, Florida's a good team, but they're very reliant on that offense, and we all know they don't play defense. So,
and I think in these big games, they need Clayton there.
Yeah. Oh, I think he'll play.
Yeah, but they need him to get like 25 points in a game like this if they're going to go on the road at the Jungle. 8.5 is a little elevated, but I'm not fading the Jungle. I'm not doing it. Saturday at 4.
Terrible idea.
Oof. All the kids will be going to Mama G's Deli afterwards to get the $1.50 fucking nachos. The $1.50 nachos at Mama G's, man. It's gross.
Sweet. Gross.
Oh, it's just like Doritos with a big fucking slop of cheese right on the side of it, and they just hand it to you like, get the fuck out of here. We know you're only ordering this because you only have $1.50. But it's great. I mean, double cheese. The queso actually helps the Doritos powder stick to your fingers better. So when you do the finger lick, you get
utility trick. They've got that figured out apparently.
Oh yeah. What about Marquette and Creighton?
Ooh, I think we keep selling on Marquette. I backed them against St. John's. They played hard. Didn't finish it now. Yeah, Cam Jones did get foul trouble early, but Creighton at home, not a team I want to get in front of. I know it's shocking catching points again, but it's Creighton at home. Like I'd be fine betting Creighton and going down with the ship. Now, if this was at Marquette, maybe it'd be a little different, but they've just hit a wall, man. Like, and I don't think your get right spot is on the road at Creighton. I know you may be desperate as shit, but that is not an ideal spot. So I'm gonna bet Creighton tomorrow. I'll go down with the ship, like I said.
The only thing that scares me here is this is a very classic like road dog Shaka Smart spot, but at only 1.5, I'm not like typically I like to take that if you're catching like 3.5 with a Shaka Smart team that'll make a full court layup down by 4, and like. But I don't know. At 1.5, it seems like Marquette's kind of in that position that Creighton was right after Pop Isaacs went down, where they're now trying to figure out how they're going to adjust and what their identity is. Whereas Creighton's kind of put that past them. They look pretty dang good without Pop Isaacs. And I will also ride with you on that one. I will go down with the ship. If that's gonna be the one that takes us down, cool. We've been okay against Marquette recently. We've been okay with Creighton, so I'm down with it. Scott, Long Island against the Graveyard, Stonehill. Mac ate shit on another Long Island bet. All right, guys, Sharks in chat. Shark emojis in chat.
It is a revenge game for the Sharks here. I mean, they hit the road, lost by 10. Stonehill has been trading wins and losses since December 29th, so they're also off a loss. It's battle of the system play versus the trend. I'll take Long Island, but no thanks. Out of all the games, I love the NEC, but of all the games tomorrow, I don't think this one will make my 25-30 bet card.
I had to go onto YouTube on my phone, so I had easier access to the shark emojis that I then commented and then highlighted myself.
Do what you got to do.
I'm trying to see what this says. Do you have an actual line on this one yet? Because I don't see one
I can
on our
I'm gonna
lovely
look
partner
up on the
DK.
faded. Do you know what time this game is by chance?
What is this?
Long Island.
2? What time is this game?
Eastern, so it would be 1.
1?
Here we go. Long Island, Stonehill. I am seeing nothing across any books.
Yeah.
Profit X all the way to DraftKings. I'm seeing nothing.
I'll tweet this one out when it drops with a bunch of shark emojis. So
You know the move then.
what about Kansas State at the Octagon Doom?
Easy, Kansas State. They're playing so much better. They followed up that Iowa State win and hit the road and didn't fold. They got it done. Kansas, congrats. You beat an Iowa State team that was slumping clearly. Couldn't hit a shot the other night. Tang gang. I'm going to go with Kansas State here. I think they keep it rolling. I think Kansas, takes everyone's money again after they have that really good game against Iowa State. People are like, they're back. They're going to beat Kansas State. Not so fast, my friend. Wildcat up.
Is this a classic Tang money line play?
What's the spread?
4.5.
4.5? Disrespectful. Yeah, I think Kansas State wins outright. I might put them in a money line dog, but I'll take that 4.5.
This is
7 ways to Sunday.
Are we playing the Octagon of Doom? I like getting 4.5 points. Kansas is soft. I can get the big jug of Tang out, I guess. I feel like this is a solid spot for them. Tang gang. What other big games do we got? Let's do some TMZers.
Alabama, Arkansas?
Oh yeah.
Hogs up, man. Money line. They're getting it going here. Alabama, they've looked pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but man, on the road, 4-point win against Mississippi State. They beat Kentucky by 5. A&M was a 6-point game. South Carolina, congratulations, whooped them. But North Dakota, they struggled on. They beat UNC. UNC's absolutely awful. For the most part, they really keep these games close. I think Arkansas has really found something. John L. Davis has turned into the FAU John L. And Vicic has looked really good. Thero's been good. Ever since they lost Boogie Flan, they've just been playing better. Winners of 3 of their last 4. I think this is the spot for them again. Alabama can easily slip up, no problem. If they're not hitting their shots, and I think Arkansas has, found something. This will be their first home game since their little win streak here. I think they get it done. I think they win for the pig or fans and his Woo Pig Suey tomorrow.
Woo Pig. Now, I do realize that I just told Joey Lobbs that I'm making ribs for the Super Bowl. That would be cooking the shit out of some pig. Oh.
You're gonna have to go chicken wings.
I'm doing both, luckily, but
we'll scrap the pig. It's Arkansas money line tomorrow.
It's hard to. I love Cal. He's my favorite non-sweaty guy, but let's see what this 162.5. Dang, that's pretty high.
Yeah, Arkansas is going to get buckets, man. Alabama's going to lose 87 to.
Everybody's on Alabama too.
92.
65% of the spread bets are on Alabama right now.
Oh yeah, Alabama will land a short number. This Arkansas shit's fugazi. They're not going to win 3 games back to back.
I'll take the points with the pigs.
Arkansas will be a money line play. I've had my pulse on the hog lately.
Yeah,
I have my pulse on it. Yeah.
Right up its butthole. That's the best place to feel it, I think.
They do, man. I had them that Kentucky money line. I had them in Texas, and now I like them here too. I think their slip up spot's going to be when they hit the road again against A&M because they got LSU coming in. They'll win 4 4 straight, everyone will be like, all right, they'll buy into them. They'll catch I don't know, they'll catch what, 7 on the road again at A&M, 7, 8 maybe. People will be like, that's too many points. This team's hot. That's when you sell. That's when you sell. A&M will kick the shit out of them. And then people will sell on Arkansas again and be like, we knew they were fugazi. Then we'll buy them right back up again when they get play Auburn.
Also, Jerome Booger's Booger Sugars. Whenever they read off his name on the main SGPN show doing NFL, I always start laughing so hard. But
Jerome Booger.
If you've only got like 14 or 15 bucks, you can always get like a picnic roast, like a pork shoulder instead of a Boston butt, which is usually a little more expensive. If you're gonna smoke it, it's still gonna end up the same way. You're gonna be able to shred it like a awesome pulled pork sandwich. But Booger Sugar is. We all have had our times loving Booger Sugar, I believe. I believe everybody in the world has spent a little bit of time. What about Buzzsaw going to Missouri?
Ooh. This Missouri team has been fucking good, man. A&M back-to-back road games. Missouri hasn't lost at home this year. What are they laying? 2.5, 2?
Yeah, 2.5. 144.5 is the total.
God, that total feels low. Kind of like an A&M kind of game low.
Yeah, it feels like a Buzzsaw game, right?
I think so.
I will be taking the points with Buzzsaw. I faded my sweat coach one time this year, and it was a loss. So I'm 0-1 fading my own system, which you really got to be in your head if you're going to fade your own system. That was a really dumb move by me. Yeah, I'll take the Buzzsaw. I'll sprinkle this money line with A&M to be their first home loss from Mizzou. Eventually, they're going to have to revert to misery. I mean, like, that's the name of the state. It's misery. All the dudes I knew that were stationed anywhere out there were like, "Oh yeah, it truly is misery." Yeah, Hank Schrader.
Hey, I mean, I can't say they're wrong about that.
Hank Schrader with the points. Now that especially now that like ATF is probably getting way more funding.
Yeah.
This is Hank Schrader going on the road for a deportation right here.
Yeah. This is a mission play. What
Gatorade color did you bet, Trev?
I think I'm going to go purple.
I'm going barbecue sauce. I'm doing
nice. What about cheeseburgers?
Cheeseburgers would be sick. It would be hilarious. Just like ribs, like slabs of ribs, full slabs. Just pop, pop, pop. You could probably fit like 5 of them in a Gatorade cooler.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you that'd be the first time you ever saw Andy Reid touch his toes in the last 35 years, bending over to pick up a slab of ribs.
Yeah, I guess we could. I got Chiefs money line. I got it when it opened at -122. So whatever, got a little bad line on it. It's like -115 now. I don't give a shit.
I mean,
fading Mahomes is just
3-peat's got to be red, right? It's been orange. It was orange last year.
Kansas City red. Fruit punch. You think they're drinking fruit punch on the side?
For the 3-peat, I think they'll have a separate cooler that's just a certain color. Because I also have a theory that a lot of the people in the know have already planned what color the Gatorade's going to be, because it's one of the easiest prop bets to not get in trouble for. Because, you know, they're all basically plus money. Like, you can bet plain water and make a pretty good return if it ends up being plain water. It's crazy. But yeah, someone's going to have – there's someone in the know.
Yeah, yellow I saw got steamed. Like, it's like plus 300. Now it's like minus like 165.
Everyone's going for the classic lemon lime.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Is that a sign?
Possibly.
Maybe
all right,
it's blue.
well, shit. We've got
water.
Only a few more minutes. What's your favorite play of the night here?
Oh, UConn. I got mine. It's moved so much. Let's go Dayton. Let's go Dayton with the with the point. I'll just take the +1. You can get +1 for -110, or you can take money line for -115. You might as well just take the point.
Yeah, I like Dayton. I like UConn. A bunch of the other big spreads. I also like Princeton, to be honest. I think they cover that. I think they shoot okay. But we'll go with UConn. We'll go Dayton and UConn in some big name matchup games. I guess as a dog, you're going to go Dayton too.
For my dog, let's go.
Dog tonight is kind of rough. I think our only shots are probably like the Bills and Dayton.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of a shot St. Louis truly has to win outright.
No chance. I'll say no, I don't. Man, I'll take San Jose State. I'll take San Jose. They can shoot. They don't turn it over. They can shoot free throws, threes, force turnovers. Worth a shot.
Take them with the points or just big.
I got 14.5. But if I had to pick a dog today, I would pick San Jose because I think Purdue dog walks USC. I think UConn smokes St. John's by almost 10. And no chance I'm betting Fresno to fucking win their third game of the year against Utah State. So I'll take them miles, catching all those points. Maybe Boise's a little sleepy tonight, and they find themselves in a war.
Joey Lob's throwing it out there.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, Dayton's home dog. I think even at a little short yippy yapper dog, you gotta probably play that.
We could just make it a plus price and take -1.5 for +110.
Sure.
Make it an actual dog.
They are VCU's laying points on the road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dayton's already a dog.
On the money line, Dayton's actually favored on the money line, -115, I see. But the +1 makes no sense, but okay. Hey, you can catch never mind, it is 1.5.
DR, a game time decision.
Who gives a shit? It's all about the Miller Lite angle.
Clark, it's $2 Miller Lite night. They could have fucking me out there. I would go like 9 of 12 from the 3-point line.
That's all that matters.
All right. Well, I hope everybody had a good time. I'm sorry we had one less man. We were man down, but when you foul out and you only have 5 guys on the roster, you got to play with 4.
Yep.
That can go all the way down to 2, I think. I don't know about like in a sanctioned game, but if you're just playing, pickup, for some reason you're counting fouls, could be an issue. I think there's a bigger issue there. But yeah, guys, enjoy the weekend. I don't know if Mac and I will be able to do anything over the weekend for our little look aheads, but more than likely Sunday night we'll have one out for Monday. And make sure you guys watch the pump fake tonight. I might try to convince the guys to let me back on, even though I had a pretty hilarious drunk performance the last appearance. But all right, guys, take it easy. Drive fast, take chances. That's true. If you're driving drunk and you drive faster, you're on the road for less time, which gives you a less chance of being pulled over.
This is true.
This is not legal.
Don't think about it, but
I'm not a lawyer. But all right, guys, we'll catch you later. Good luck on your bets. Let's go $2 Miller Lite night. I mean, this is my favorite game now. It's easy to convince me. But all right, guys, we'll catch you later.
Toodles.
Hi, Bob. Oh, Tibble's appearance.
Yeah, balls.
Tibbs, the camera's that way. Yeah.